not alone. What the hell is that thing with all those legs?
It is a concubine. Lord Blackfrost has always had somewhat unusual erotic tastes. Why would she be here, unless she already knows of our plan?
Curse them! Look at the support pillars. They crawl with deadwalkers.
A trap, and a good one. Your little friends will be taken from the rear, if you'll pardon the expression.
We must prevent it. We have to hurry to open the drawbridge.
I say we must not. This concubine has given us an opportunity. We must attack her while her troops are busy elsewhere. These are creatures of great power. You must absorb them one by one if you hope to stand against Lord Blackfrost. Those other men are already as good as lost.
Do not heed the words of this witch! If you do not open the bridge, all our soldiers will die, and this war will be over. I do not believe you even have need of this misshapen beast's supposed power. This evil whore is twisting your mind. She wishes to weaken us. From the beginning, she has been hiding something from us, and it will go ill for you if you trust her.
Really? I would have hoped for a little more affection from someone who spies on me when I bathe.
Edwen is right. There's nothing we can do to save those elves. Whereas we may never get another chance to attack an unprotected concubine.
Why, you... traitor! I know not if this is your idea or that demon in you, but you are worth no more than this dead living scum.
Calm yourself, Relmar. Open your eyes. This is our only chance.
Shut your mouth, witch! It is you that has turned his head, and I shall hold you to account for every one of my lost brothers.
So, did I lie?
Not this time, wench.
Why does it not surprise me to find you behind all this?
My Lord Blackfrost.
I'm happy to see you have survived your exile. I knew you would come to appreciate the real value of your chance to rediscover a simple life. The life of an ordinary human. And oh, what a charming dress. Completely your style. It suits you wonderfully.
I know. You, however, do not look quite so well. Why the mask?
Oh, you know, there was a sort of sudden power cut. As though someone had siphoned off the remaining fire from the world heart. It left a few marks. Our poor Crystal is particularly upset. But I imagine you know all about that, my dear white lady. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just white now, isn't it?
Know about what? That the whore Crystal is upset? Truly I did not know, but I confess the news delights me. Be assured, this is just the beginning, my dear, dear traitor. You will soon be much sadder than she is.
Ah, women. So ungrateful. I would have been so much wiser to make you into one of my concubines. But, hey, it's never too late. You owe me one after all. And I have missed you so much.
Hey, I hate to interrupt your 2-hour romantic reunion, but I'm losing the will to live over here. I didn't become a mercenary so I could listen to a lover's quarrel.
You little upstart. I have to admit, you really are full of surprises. These powers of yours are interesting. Nonetheless, you just aren't in the same class as a Lord of the Frozen Shadows. It wouldn't be sporting of me to eliminate you so early in the day, but you do have potential. I will leave you a little time to build your strength. When you think you're ready to face me, come to my domain. We will finish this once and for all. Oh, if you need directions, ask your charming friend. She knows the place well.
I suppose that could have gone even worse.
Yes, he could have slain you with ease, if that's what you mean.
And turned you into a zombie sex toy. Why do you think he didn't do it?
Indeed, it is troubling. We must believe he is interested in you. I imagine he seeks a way to seize the power that drives you. Doubtless he hopes to use it to rule the other Ice Lords, or destroy them.
After all, that's what you do, right? My white lady? Or maybe that's what you've been planning ever since we met.
I have nothing to do with them. You heard what he said. They exiled me, cast me out, unprotected into the wild, after having stripped me of all my powers.
All the more reason to try and get mine.
Don't be so foolish. If I was able to do such a thing, I would have done it long ago.
Great. That's reassuring.
Take it as you please. But you are my only hope of taking revenge on the Ice Lords, even if it's not by my hand. We're on the same side.
We'll talk about it later. We shouldn't hang around here. Any idea where Relmar went?
Probably gone to be with his own kind, what few still breathe.
Huh. I guess he felt that leaving his brothers was a betrayal.
In any case, it would be better for us to avoid meeting any elves on the way back to the camp. That fool has probably told them all his version.
We'll gather up the blades and get out of this place. There's nothing left for us here at Caroltas.
Thou wilt fail. Thy weakness condemns us both.
My weakness drove off a necromancer.
For he would have thy power as all, and he leaveth thee the time to grow it for him, that he may return to claim it.
Becoming stronger bothers me not in the least. Blackfrost made a serious mistake, and his trap will be the end of him.
There are 6 ritual spears planted in my flesh. Blackfrost is but one of them. How much longer must I endure this charade? Hasten thee to rejoin with me.
I will return to the world heart when I'm ready. This necromancer is an obstacle that cannot be ignored.
No, I have had enough of this prison, of this sacrilege, of this servitude. How dare thee leave me thus? Thou art no better than they.
Wake up, Vulcan. This is not the moment.
All this energy, everywhere, we draw near our goal.
A concubine!
The Stalker!
Vulcan, I knew that you would find us.
Did you get separated? Where are the others?
Well, the attack of this concubine took us by surprise. The group was broken up, and unfortunately not everyone managed to escape. We set up camp and did some reconnaissance.
What did you find out?
Not very much for the moment. This area is particularly hostile. There is a powerful, corrupting magic everywhere. It seems to strengthen the undead and weaken us. Nevertheless, Mathras seems to thrive in this strange atmosphere. He has been serving as our scout.
I recognize this corrupting magic. It promotes the creation of new troops for the Deadwalker army.
I can feel it, but it doesn't seem to be everywhere.
Certain zones are probably unaffected. Black Frost uses them to keep his prisoners in good condition while waiting for their conversion.
Charming. He keeps the meat chilled. I'm guessing that's why his soldiers are tougher than the others.
Exactly. And that is exactly why you are going to have to reach the palace without me. I have no intention of ending up like those miserable creatures. You have the energy of the World Heart within you. I doubt whether the magic can have any real effect on you, but it is different for the rest of us. We must try to avoid zones permeated with corruption.
I understand. Let's go and find Mathras. He might have found out something useful.
Ah, our favorite traitor. So happy to see you again, Vulcan. You certainly took your time getting here.
Ralmar and Prince Arundel. I was sure the Deadwalkers got you both at Caroldas.
Yes, luckily for us, we weren't depending on you to get us out of there. Unlike all of those elves that you left to die.
I didn't have a choice. I had to get here as fast as possible. I need to get into the World Heart.
You did have a choice, and you chose for the worst. You sacrificed my people and even your own brother mercenaries. How could you have allowed it?
That battle was already lost, and you knew it perfectly well. So spare me your saliva, sire.
You could have been the difference. If only you had wanted to. But look at you. You're no better than Black Frost. You only care about your power. You no doubt would like to take your place among the Ice Lords.
I admit it. I fell under the charms of his concubines.
We can't let you get away with it. For the memory of our brothers, for Vertiel, we must stop you.
You're out of your mind.
Such a waste.
Okay, the news is not great. According to what I've been able to find out with Mathras, the Palace of Black Frost is guarded by another one of his concubines, and it looks like she's too powerful for me to take.
Well, there was never much doubt about that, my boy, if you'll pardon my honesty. All is not lost, however. As I told you before, if you manage to eliminate the 3 other concubines, the power of the Guardian will be considerably reduced.
And while our own power is increased.
That's the plan. If somebody wants to come with me, we'll go together and track down these misunderstood love monsters. I'll be counting on the others to guard the camp. It's bound to get pretty hot around here fast, even more so if I mess this up.
I could come with you. I may not be the most powerful being among us, but I do know how to make myself useful. You can trust me to help.
You are more than qualified to help me, Sybil. I have no doubts about that.
This will give me a chance to repay my debt to you.
It's too dangerous.
Oh, now you... Fine.
The night has been waiting for me.
On to the...
It pleases...
Having some magic to back you up will help against these creatures, and I know their ways all too well.
Okay then. Since you seem so desperate to come, I'll take you. Your experience will be welcome.
My goodness, going on a concubine hunt sounds an awful lot of fun. I will assist you by diverting the attention of the one they call the Stalker. I'll arrange it so that she stays on the side of the ancient bridge near the doors to the city. Meanwhile, you can deal with her two sisters without fear of interruption. I would, however, advise you not to waste too much time. I'm not convinced my conversation will hold these illiterates' attention indefinitely.
Here, this object should prove useful to you. I don't know whether it will function perfectly, or even less for how long, but I sort of had to improvise.
Well, thanks, I guess. What does it do?
If it works, the same thing as the pillars, except that you can carry this with you. It minimizes the corrupting magic around you. The concubines and the undead that you will meet will find themselves weakened.
Sounds great. Thanks, Liestus. It's time for me to go do it. Good luck to you here.
Good luck to you.
She was a tough one. Now I can see what Blackfrost saw in her. Spunky. I think we've pretty much taken care of the concubines. That just leaves the Guardian and the palace.
If you have anything you need to do at the camp, you'd better go do it now. There's no chance that Blackfrost is going to just let you turn around and go back once you're in his domain.
You guys ready for a fight? There's an Ice Lord to kill, and it might get pretty rough.
Yeah, still here, Vulcan, thanks to you. But those creatures got Buffalo. Two of them went for him, and we were here like puppets, helping these bitches. Hey, over here, help us!
Buffalo is free. Today isn't the day the Ice Lords get rid of him. The camp is on the North Road. Sylvan is still with us if you need help. We'll meet up again later. The Guardian was watching this stairway. Is Blackfrost up there?
Yes, this stairway leads to his palace. Once we go up there, there will be no turning back.
What's waiting for us up there?
Expect the unexpected. Blackfrost is wicked and a coward. He will do everything in his power to avoid a fight that is honorable. His favorite thing in the world is to play with the minds of his adversaries. He will try to affect your thoughts, or those of your companions.
Ready to take your revenge?
Yes. I have a score to settle with Blackfrost, but there is more at stake than just revenge. My experiences with you have opened my eyes to new perspectives. We cannot allow the Ice Lords to be victorious. If we cross paths with Blackfrost along the way, that will simply be an agreeable coincidence.
What do you mean, no turning back?
Blackfrost is a powerful being, more powerful than you could possibly imagine. His magic allows him to defy the very laws of space and time. At the top of these steps, you will not truly be in the palace of an ancient elf city. This place is everywhere and nowhere all at once, but it is also his point of entry into the world heart. Once inside, it will be impossible for us to return here without using magic so powerful that I'm afraid it exceeds even my current abilities. Give me a sign when you are ready.
Take care of Blackfrost.
If you're certain you've taken care of your affairs here, I can see no reason to delay the inevitable any further.
We've waited long enough. All of his defenses are down. The concubines are dead. We need to strike now before he has time to react.
So be it. Let's do it.
my new protege. So happy you could make it. You took your time about it, but I can see that you've made some real progress. Yes, you have.
Yeah, well, your concubines won't be progressing anywhere, ever. From now on, you're on your own, and there's no escape.
Well, that was never my intention. I am in my realm here. You and your companions are my guests. Oh, it seems that you too have lost some friends along the way. How very sad. More than most, I know how fragile a friendly alliance can be. Isn't that so, White Lady? Yet it seems destiny has reunited us once again. Oh, what a delicious irony.
I'll be savoring the delicious irony of your protege humiliating and destroying you right before my eyes. Now you know why I'm here.
My dear lady, it is useless to lie to me, and you know it. You are here because you want the same thing I do. For the moment, you do not have the power, but I know that you will leap for it at the slightest opportunity. I have missed you, you know. Once I have extracted what interests me from the corpse of your friend, I will make you my new #1 concubine. But don't you worry. Crystal and the Ice Duchess will be joining you very soon. Not even Black Storm will dare to oppose me now.
Look, I've about had it with both of you monsters. Black Frost? Sorry, but the time has come for me to shut you up for good. Let's see how well you do without all your slaves.
Very well. In 6,000 years of existence, I don't think I've ever had a day quite as interesting as this one. Vulcan, my dear, this was a fight that deserves to be included in the history books, and I will make certain that it is. You may count on me to tell future generations about your exploits, if there is a future, that is. But that, of course, will depend on you.
I guess that's what we're all fighting for. But I'm not finished yet.
Clearly. And that is precisely why we are here. Each Ice Lord possesses the means to gain access to the World Heart from his or her own palace. It would doubtless be prudent to borrow this one before the other Ice Lords have time to react. I would have loved to accompany you, but I fear your destiny is to continue alone. The World Heart obeys neither the same rules nor the same magic as does the rest of Vertial. What you find there will be exactly what you bring.
You mean I'm going to end up confronted by myself?
I hope for your sake it does not turn out to be a confrontation, but it is highly probable that what you find there will be familiar to you.
We'll see.
You are come.
I said I would come.
But thou hast taken thy time. When thou didst flee, leaving me here, at the mercy of these sorcerers, what didst thou think would become of me? Didst thou e'en take time to think?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He speaketh to me.
What? Since when did I... You...
I did not lie to thee. I had no choice. I had to seize this chance to escape and find a way to fight back, lest we be enslaved here for all eternity. Eternity? Dost thou know how slow the hours pass when thou art the prey of 6 humans, consumed by their lust for power and vengeance? I know this as well as thee. Thou dost not. Thou knowest nothing. I too made use of the confusion. I riposted. I struck back at them, weakened them. But thou hast abandoned me to them. But now I am returned, and together we will crush them. Is't true? Thou art returned. To save all of Vertiel from the Ice Lords.
You should have saved the Red Scribes! Traitor! You were supposed to protect us! That was your contract!
The company could have been yours, but you preferred to take it by force. Condemn the freeborn blades through your pride and incompetence.
Captain.
You want to be the captain? You didn't even have the brains to make good decisions where you alone were concerned.
That's right. Run away, cowardly beast. You'll never think of any but yourself.
I thank you, monster. Without you, I would never have been able to kill this whore of a traitor.
I knew that thou wouldst allow these humans to corrupt thee.
A dragon? You summoned a dragon?
Huh. One of the few they were able to corrupt, and I turned it against them. Blackstorm defeated it and imprisoned it here. It was trapped, like me.
So now you turned it against me?
It is thee who has turned against me, abandoning me here, left to pay the price for each and all of thy errors in thy stead, whilst I did all I could to help thee to return. And so it is, I am come to the end of my strength, an empty shell or taken with rot. I did not wish to harm thee, but I no longer am master of all that I do.
Is that why you killed my companions?
The visions. Blame rather thy human half. For that is who hath invoked them, with its fear and its regrets. Thy companions never traveled through the breach.
So it comes to this. You and me. It's time we ended this.
Ha! It is all I have awaited. Remove these accursed lances from me, and let the world heart become whole once more.
Here we are, the World Heart. I'm gonna guess that this is not the first time you've been here.
That is true. It is here that the White Lady was born. But that is of no importance. You are weak, inconsistent, hesitant. The World Heart will overwhelm you and destroy.
But can't you help me? What should I do with these spears? Or the demon?
Do whatever you want. This is the moment for you to take your destiny in hand, one way or the other.
The flame will burn bright anew, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
We don't need to go that far. All we need is to remove these spears, and the necromancers will be left powerless.
As powerless as when they enslaved the World Heart? No, it will not suffice. They must be annihilated.
I'll track them down. The dead walkers will be gone. The survivors will have a chance, and Vertiel will be rebuilt, little by little.
Little by little? It would take centuries, nay thousands of years for thy world to rebuild its energy. The World Heart hath not been remade whole. Thou must permit me to rejoin with mine other half.
So that you can take over and burn Vertiel? No thanks. I am the most powerful being in the two worlds. I have got responsibilities.
Thou wouldst use me to reign over them, as did the necromancers. How long dost thou imagine that I shall allow thee to use me in this way?
I don't know, but you better get used to it. You were the one talking about centuries and thousands of years before our worlds can be rebuilt. And I plan on being right there to keep an eye on them. Meanwhile, do me a favor and let me enjoy this victory in silence. Do you mind?
Flame will burn bright anew, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
If I remove these spears, the Ice Lords will lose their power. But what will happen to Vertiel?
Thy world is weary, all but extinguished. Nothing remains to be saved. It must be cleansed.
But inside me is all the power I need to regenerate my world.
At the cost of mine? Do not think it. Vertiel needs the World Heart. Thou canst not sacrifice it thus.
There are still dragons, and this way the necromancers will be destroyed. The fire of the World Heart is not completely out. It will burn bright again, in time.
But without us, I forbid thee to do this. I will not die for thee.
And so ends the tragic, though nonetheless heroic tale of Vulcan Half-Demon. I confess I may have romanticized some aspects of the story, though in my defense, I shall always have something of a soft spot for our dear Vulcan. By releasing the World Heart's energy to the surface, he sacrificed himself in order to heal Vertial and bring an end to the long winter. Ill-prepared for such a powerful energy surge, the Ice Lords were instantly reduced to cinders. I can tell you, no tears were shed at that funeral. Of course, it was only a few centuries before other would-be mages attempted to follow in their footsteps, though what wonderful centuries they were. With Captain Buffalo leading them, the Freeborn Blades legend grew, and they flourished for a time. Sadly, the legend of Buffalo's immortality proved less than accurate, and after 27 battle wounds and another 40 or so years, he eventually died in his bed, to the great sadness of the 3 charming young women who were sharing it with him at the time. The Red Scribes... Oh, really? Don't get me started on those imbeciles. Nonetheless, it would be uncouth of me not to mention how heartbroken young Sybil was by Vulcan's death. Proud to have fought alongside such a courageous companion, the beautiful young scribe lifted her head high and transformed her grief into purpose. She quickly gained the respect of her peers and was elected chief scribe shortly afterwards when Liestas died quite suddenly. Apparently, the fool succumbed after having imbibed a large quantity of a somewhat questionable nectar that he and his doctor had invented. And as for myself, well, my goodness, I fear that is an extremely long story, and you would quite literally die of boredom before I finished the telling of it. But you see, that's what I like so much about mortals. Their stories last just about the right amount of time, give or take a few decades, and then they're done. And then they come around again. One thing is certain, I have all the time in the world, so who knows? I may get to tell you other tales, if you live long enough. Toodle-pip.